Hello, hi, Cornish Chris the Fish here, back on the River Tweed, and today I'm fishing on the Yair. Hope that's pronounced correctly. Yeah, fishing on the Yair here on a rising river. I didn't think we had a lot of rain over the weekend, but clearly we have, and the river's up and the wind is up as well. All right, well, thank you very much for joining me. If you've not subscribed, please consider doing so. I'm posting fishing videos every time I go fishing, regardless of whether or not I catch a fish. For me, it's all about the experience of the day, and I hope you'll enjoy it as well. Give us a thumbs up as well, that'd be awesome. Okay, hope you enjoy this video. Rob, tight lines. Oh, right, well, good morning. You join me and Scott on his last day of fishing here for 2022. You join me on the Yair. Hopefully I've pronounced that right. And well, I'm sure some of my subscribers, maybe the tattooed angler, will tell me how I've meant to pronounce all these names. I'm fishing on the Yair, and this is the duck pool. And we were quite surprised when we came down to the river today because it's high again. We didn't think we'd had any rain over the weekend, not enough to warrant this rise in water. So we're fishing on the duck pool, and we are going to fish this one and the pool below us until lunchtime, and then after lunch we're on the boat pool. Now you can see, so here is like a little island, and if the water was lowered we would wade out and fish from that side, and the river's coming down, and in the middle there's a gravel bar, and so what I'm attempting to do is get my fly over the gravel bar, but I'm going to have to do quite a bit of mending just to make sure the fly fishes correctly. Because the line's going to belly out over this gravel. I'm just trying to keep the fly line fishing properly, or the fly fishing properly, by mending it so it continues to fish through. The rain has stopped and it looks like it's clearing, which is great. Great to meet a fellow YouTuber, Rob. I think his fishing channel is, I think it's A Baker's Life. Yeah, really nice to meet him. He recognised me, which was really unnerving, because he said, "Oh, you caught your first fish on the D, and now I'm down on the Tweed." And I was like, "Do we know each other?" And I mean, I recognised him because I realised I subscribed to his channel and watched him fish and catch big fish on like the croquette River. So it was really nice to see him today and make that connection. Yes, this is Scott's last day today, so hopefully we'll get him a fish, and obviously I hope I'll get a fish. I've still got maybe probably got another 8-10 days up here in Scotland before I start making my weary way back, so obviously I'm hoping for another fish as well before the end of the season. We had an interesting ride up in the little ute stroke four-wheel drive thing that Alan the Gilly drove us up in, because he said my car wouldn't, definitely not, no big heavy cars will make it up. And when we were coming up I could see why, but it was just a bit of fun coming up, riding in the back. That's a football. Wilson! That's completely put me off. Oh my God! I've just seen a beaver. No, an otter. Well, that scared the life out of me. He just looked at me and thought, what the hell? Would that be an otter or a beaver? Be an otter, wouldn't it? A beaver. Idiot. Wow. That scared the life out of me. So I was fishing. That coffee was lovely with a bit of whiskey in it. I was fishing with this sort of cascade type tube fly. I'm gonna hit up the Old Faithful just for another session through this pool. Old Faithful being Red Francis, a great back end sort of fly, not a tube fly, but I have got a super fast sink tippet on, so yeah, let's try it with this. You never know, like the gilly was saying, really not that important about what type of fly. If you get a hen fish going into red and a couple of cockfish following, you know, they're going to take it. So I'm fishing again with the Shakespeare Oracle Scandi rod. It's a 10 weight, 14'9", my favourite rod of all time. Thank you, by the way, to all those people who've were commenting on previous videos where I was asking about like a 13-foot rod or a 12-foot rod, because I wasn't having much joy with the switch rod. So I think it's something for me to look at for next year. Maybe wait for get myself something for Christmas. You know, when my mum says to me, "Oh, what do you want for Christmas?" It'd be like, "Do you know what? I'm thinking about buying a new rod." So hopefully I'll get some money towards that. That would be helpful. Also, I need a new pair of waders, because I seem to be going through waders 10 a penny. I've always bought Sierra waders, so, but they just seem to go quickly at the seams, and I suppose I'm doing a lot more fishing than maybe these waders were designed for. So any recommendations on waders? I don't mind paying a bit more money this time for waders. I don't want to pay thousands, but I would hate to pay thousands of pounds for a set of waders and then suddenly, you know, they leak again. So any suggestions on a reasonably priced, like, you know, between 100 and 300 pounds? What do you all recommend? You know, I'm going to be fishing only for salmon next season, so I'm going to be in Scottish rivers and Welsh rivers. I'm also going to hit up the Tyne as well. So any suggestions would be gratefully received. I'll just watching Scott cast a line out. All aboard the Sky Lark number 2. Oh God. Right, well, had lunch, a chat in the hut, and now we've been dropped off unceremoniously, no, ceremoniously, down here at the bottom of the Yair beat, or Yair fishery rather, in a very, what I would say is, looks like a very particularly fishy sort of place. We've seen loads of fish jumping today, and so far today we've seen loads of fish and we've caught loads of leaves. And it's apparently there's a yellow weather warning again tonight. It's like, oh no, Scott's got a long old drive tomorrow back to Cornwall, and I was hoping to get on the river again. I haven't booked anything as I'm recording this video. And I've just got basically this week left and Monday next week. And then I have to I'm making my way back. I'm fishing with it's about 1.5 inches, I reckon, maybe longer, maybe 2 inches long, Cascade. Tube fly. Another leaf. Oh, the weather. Another leaf! I don't bloody believe it. Jesus Christ. Leave city this is. Leaves, 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 leaves. Still nothing to report. 3:20. I've fished through this pool twice now. Or rather, this is my second time through it. Changed over to a red Francis cone type tube fly, which I've never tried before. It's a bit smaller than all the other flies I've used, tube flies I've used today. And I suppose because I've basically fished really deep, and I've fished so like in the middle of the water, middle of the depth, and now I'm thinking, well, maybe, you know, fish a little bit higher. The thing with this this fly, this cone type Red Francis thing, is it's very heavy. It's like it feels like the weight of a marble in your hand. So I'm fishing it with a fast sink tippet, or fast sink tip, and I don't know. You've got to try all these things, haven't you? At the end of the day, you've got to try. My casting is, I'm just getting tired. I think my casting is just going downhill. Of course, also it's these challenging conditions. Swirling winds. Of course, it's stopped being windy now. But swirling winds. Hey, good to be out. Good to be out on this fantastic beat. Very nice, Gilly. Very helpful. I mean, I'm surprised. I think he said he was 82. I'm sure that's what Scott said. Still doing it at 82. Can you believe it? Right, well, that's it. I'm just recording this sort of like end bit to my video while I've still got light. We're not getting picked up from here until 4:30. I think it's about 3:30 now. So time to get back to the car and do everything. It's going to be dark. Just want to say huge thanks for everybody for tuning in. Today's been a really frustrating day. I found this to be really frustrating. Frustrating as hell. Between Scott and I, we have well exceeded our bag limit of leaves. Yeah, I certainly think I've had enough leaves now. Virtually every other cast, it's a leaf, whatever's on. It's just, you know, that's part and parcel of fishing in the autumn. But God, it gets a bit much. You get a bit never-ending, constantly taking leaves off your fly. So that's it. Had a fantastic day. Other than that, really good to experience another fishery. Highly recommend the Yair. Yeah, lovely stretch of water. I'd love to come and fish this maybe in October, maybe before the leaves start dropping. That might be a really good time. I'm going to put that into my journal and put that for next year. So fantastic. Thanks very much for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video and seeing what I get up to. More amazing salmon fishing videos to come. I've still got a week's fishing left after this video, and yeah, more fishing videos to come. Hopefully we'll be okay with the weather, and I'll at least be able to get out 1 or 2 more times or 3 more times before I leave Scotland and head make my merry way back down to Cornwall. So thanks everybody for your support. Please give us a thumbs up, and if you've not considered subscribing, please do. Whenever I go fishing, and I'm only fishing for salmon now, whenever I go fishing, I'm posting a video whether I catch anything or not, recording the experience of the day and the enjoyment that I get from doing so. You know, makes up for the lack of fish, but I would like a fish. All right, take care everyone, have a great week, and I'll catch you on the next one. Proper job.